Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start today's video off with a recent update of Samson Dauda. This update of Samson was taken when he was 3 days out from this weekend's Romania Pro. And without a doubt, I think we're going to see a better version of Samson in Romania than what we saw at the Mr. Olympia. This is possibly the leanest I've ever seen Samson when it comes to the back double and the roulette spread. I believe I can even see a few glute striations. Now, he does have competition in Nathan Diasha, Beirut's Tabani, Horse MD, but it's going to be very tough to beat a guy that's coming off a top 3 placing at the Mr. Olympia. Samson's confidence is probably through the roof, but I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to bring to Romania. Again, I think it will be better than what he brought to the Mr. Olympia. He should be a lot tighter. And while we're on the topic of the Romania Pro, let's go ahead and talk about the latest updates of Marcelo De Angelis, Horse MD. The size of this guy's legs is just ridiculous. He has put on a significant amount of size since switching from Classic to Open, but I think I've already mentioned this. I would say probably 90% of the time a guy adds a lot of size, he usually comes in a little bit soft at whatever show he decides to do first. And I really hope that Marcelo brings the conditioning, but I did want to mention that guys that add a lot of size in a short period of time typically struggle with conditioning. Now, I think the safe bet for Horse MD at the Romania Pro is gonna be 4th place. Samson, Beirut, Nathan, we all know what they're gonna bring to the stage. We've seen them compete. Horse MD, we're not exactly sure. Now, on the other hand, if we go based off these updates, I would say Horse MD is a guy that should be fighting for at least that 2nd place spot, but that's based off the updates. But you guys let me know in the comment section below, what are the expectations for Horse MD going into Romania? I'm leaning towards the safe bet. Now let's switch over to Hunter Labrada. I believe this is Hunter's first full physique update since his 6th place finish at the Mr. Olympia. And Hunter will be guest posing tomorrow, I believe. And I'm not really sure what went wrong with Hunter at the Mr. Olympia. I can just say he wasn't as good as Tampa or Texas, and it could be because the Mr. Olympia was his 3rd show of the year. Historically, Hunter Labrada doesn't improve from show to show. At the Olympia, I wouldn't say he was necessarily off, but again, just not as good as he was earlier in the year. And Hunter mentioned after the Mr. Olympia that he had been in prep for 30 weeks, which is more than half the year. So going forward, I think if Hunter just does one show, we see a pretty good version of him at the O. Now let's switch over to Justin Shier. Justin made his Olympia debut this year, and he took 15th place. And these images of Justin were taken the day of prejudging, and I would say that he definitely made improvements from the Chicago Pro. Quads look incredible. Those improvements were a little bit overshadowed by the very large gentleman he was surrounded by. But I'm a fan of Justin's physique, and I think if he continues to add size and really improves his back, his Olympia placings will improve in the future. Now let's switch over to Rubiel, also known as Neckzilla, who is just 2 weeks out from the Prague Pro Amateur Show. And I'm very excited about this because usually at the amateur show, the winner gets an opportunity to compete in the pro show. Now, I'm not saying this is gonna happen or Rubiel is planning on that, but it is a possibility. And we have Michael Krizo, Nathan Diasha doing Prague. And just at a quick glance, I think Rubiel needs more detail to be competitive with top pros, but still looking forward to seeing this massive bodybuilder. Now let's switch over to Classic Physique. We have a recent update from Urs Kalecinski ahead of this weekend's Texas State Pro. Urs placed top 3. He's already qualified for next year. This guy just loves to compete and might as well add another pro win to his resume. And again, 3rd place at the Mr. Olympia for the 2nd year in a row. A few people disagree with that. They prefer Breon Ainsley because of the superior back, but we're not really going to talk much about that. Urs Kalecinski is still making improvements. He's a very young guy, and I promise, it seems like he is still getting more conditioned somehow. Looking forward to seeing him this weekend. Now, the last topic that I wanted to touch on and literally touch on, Tyler Mannion recently put out a video breaking down the top 2 from this year's Mr. Olympia. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to play that video here. You guys can go to Tyler's Instagram and it may possibly be on YouTube. And I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I pretty much agreed with everything that Tyler said in this video, probably 98% of the things, but similar to his breakdown of the Texas Pro, I feel like this was extremely biased towards Derek Lunsford For you guys that have watched this, you can comment on it. If you haven't, go watch it, come back and comment on it. Again, I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but I feel like it was very biased towards Derek Lunsford. And with the position that Tyler has in the IFBB, it's just not good. But I'm gonna wrap up today's video here, guys. I hope you did indeed enjoy it. I'm Krishan from GOAT Fitness, and that's it. I'm out. Like and sub.